هل تظن أنه إذا نمت على الأرض في الظلام النجاح سيأتي لك؟ Raise your hand if you understood me. Okay, let me help you. Do you think that if you laid on the floor in darkness, success will come to you? Well, do you? I think not. Everyone walks in the way of failure, but successful people don't agree to defeat. They take it as a lesson and rise above it. They use it as the food to fuel their hunger for success. These people are you. They are me. My name is Nada Al-Hallaq. My challenge started when I came to Australia 8 months ago. A new country, new people, different customs, a new way of life, a new education system. Failure seemed to be my destiny. It was presented to me every time I did something. I was drowning. I was overwhelmed. I was raised to know that I had wings, but didn't know how to use them. You see, failure isn't in my family's vocabulary. We didn't travel halfway across the globe for better opportunities, only to fail. At the beginning of this year, I started my learning journey in my first Australian school. My first day at Holy Trinity was one of my hardest days in life. Why? Because everyone was speaking to me in a language I was struggling to understand. I was surrounded by English words all day long. One question was walking in my mind every time someone looked at me and said something. ماذا تعني? Almost 1 month later, my teacher smiled at me and said, "You did it. Well done. I knew you could do it." I felt an overwhelming sense of freedom. I got the taste of success. Nothing would stop me now. A door had finally opened. A door that welcomed me. I was on my way. Everyone will face failure in life. Most of them will give up. And some of them will reach to the end of the race. But take this as a rule in life. After a night, there is day. After a moon, there is sun. After failure, there is success. This is my story, and it could be yours. What stops you is you. One of the biggest lessons I have learned is that failure is when you have a goal and you work hard to achieve it. But suddenly, something happens and the light switches off. There is only darkness. All the doors close in your face. I stand and tell you that every problem has a solution. Another door will open. I have some advice for you all. These 3 tips have helped me to turn failure into success. 1, always look at the positive side. 2, your only competition is you. And 3, giving up is not a solution. Albert Einstein once said, "In order to succeed, your desire for success should be greater than your fear of failure." Every successful story has hard work and determination behind it. It is driven by a dream, and the ability to know that persistence is the key to success. أنا اسمي ندى الحلاق، وأنا لن أتوقف عند الفشل. My name is Nada al-Hallaq, and I will not stop at failure.
June 10, 1752. Dark, miserable, angry clouds growl ferociously. This is it. Life as we know it is about to get electrified. Lightning cackles in the distance. Wind whips and welts, howls and heaves. The rain pelts relentlessly, unforgivingly, almost as though it's trying to crush the earth and scatter it, claiming the world for its own. Yet, in this day's misery, two men try to fly a kite. Benjamin Franklin and his son William stand, soaked from head to toe. Whoosh, the kite catches the wind and soars like an eagle who'd been kept in a cave for its whole life. Curiously, there is a glistening silver key and a weirdly shaped bottle known as a Leyden jar attached to the top of the kite. The battle begins. Kite versus storm. The wind howls harder and the rain pelts heavier. The kite struggles to stay aloft, up and down, left and right. Kite is a fearless lion staring straight into the eyes of the devil. This goes on and on and on until the kite gets pulled in by the men. Benjamin picks up the soggy, war-torn kite, and when he touches the key, zap! A shock radiates through his body. This was one of the many experiments to prove that electricity can be handled, stored, and manipulated to suit our needs. Franklin then went on to perfect his design of a lightning rod, which would divert the blast of lightning to the ground instead of the building. Franklin also coined the term battery, along with positive and negative charge. Franklin's experimentation with batteries helps us even today, with batteries in your watch, your phone, your computer, your alarm clock, your car. The list goes on. Benjamin Franklin produced the idea that we could harness electricity, but never expanded on his grand idea. This left a legendary opportunity for future inventors to invent things that we still use today. In 1876, the telephone was made. 1879, the light bulb. 1884, the first solar panel. 1897, the first screen device. 1927, LEDs. 1965, touchscreens. 2007, the first iPhone. This brings us to the present day. Where am I now? Do you realize how much we rely on electricity? I can already count roughly 175 light bulbs in this room. So where to next? What do the next 100 years see us doing? Maybe each house will have its own renewable energy. That means no more energy bills and you don't use fossil fuel. Maybe keyboards will be able to fold out of your phone, making it way easier to type. Maybe phones will have solar panels in them, creating no need to have chargers. The opportunities are endless. An expanse of empty void waiting to be filled with all of our creative ideas. So when the bell rings today, I encourage you to research electricity, to take a shot to fill the world with your amazing brain power. For all we know, you could have your light bulb moment today.
It's long, swirly, can be flat. Sometimes it can even be shaped like ribbons. It goes with sauce, pesto too. Can be brown, white, black, but can it be blue? And it's delicious. Have you guessed what I'm talking about? Of course, it's pasta, and they're all different. They come in different shapes and sizes, even colours. Kind of reminds me of something. Me and you. Everyone is different, just like pasta. Being different is better than being the same. It's called being diverse. Pasta. Interesting, right? There are not many foods that are similar to pasta, except for noodles. Did you know in 1700 BC, which means before Christ,
Someone in China started to create noodles. Then, people started to talk about it, and it reached Italy. Someone, who is still unknown till this day, decided to make it with their own little unique touch-ups, and boom, pasta. Pasta is a really unique type of cuisine. Did you know there are 350 different types of pasta? Crazy, right? But each different type has their strengths. For example, for Farley, the bow-type pasta is known for picking up cheese. Fusilli, the corkscrew pasta, is amazing at keeping meat in its crevices. And linguine is long but flat, so it can glide right through pesto while picking it up. Notice something? Each variety of pasta has their own individual strengths. Pasta, a quite hard, bland carbohydrate. However, as it meets boiling water, it slowly softens. And when we combine it with ingredients, such as a creamy sauce, it becomes something more magnificent. This reminds me of something. Us. We might not realize it, but we work better in a diverse environment. Even scientists have proven that we do. Scientists, it's a proven fact. Diversity brings creativity and brings different perspectives and ideas. Diversity can bring so many things to our world, such as leading to greater innovation, bringing different talents, and promoting the image of a number of well-known brands. These are only some things our differences can change our world. Diversity is important. Speaking about important things, you and I are really important. Everyone is, because every single person brings out individuality, uniqueness, and diversity. It can even just be a small thing, like doing an activity that not many people do, or having a particular talent. Your strength could be creativity. Maybe you're a talented athlete. Or maybe you're one of the few people in our world who can touch their nose with their tongue. Don't try it now. I'm different, you are different. We are all different. But difference and diversity is important. Just like pasta, we too are different. Pasta comes in multiple shapes and sizes, like us. Pasta comes in a range of colours, like us. Pasta has their strengths and uses, like us. So yes, pasta can be blue, and in multiple shapes, sizes, and colours, just like you. So, what type of pasta are you? And what can you use your individual strengths for this world?
I'm watching a movie, Star Wars to be specific. I grab a packet of Smith's potato chips and I sit down, ready to watch. I reach my hand into the packet and eat away. It comes to the end of the movie and I reach my hand back into the packet and I see the last chip all crumbled up at the bottom. I sit there and I think, I wonder how that chip feels. Sad, isolated, distressed? Man, I'll be sad to be the last chip. If you see someone who is lonely, make a difference. Ask them how they are. How would you feel if you're the last chip in the packet? Sometimes in life, we should take a good look around and see all the last chips. This could be the kid sitting alone on the playground, the person to be picked last in a sports or class game, or the person who just looks lonely. In life, we are all just different chips in the same packet. Now, I am sure you have all noticed the last time you went to go open a pack of chips, there was more air than chips. So what is this telling us? It shows that there is so much more room for more chips, which means there is so much more room for more friends in your life and friendship groups. First and foremost, here are some statistics. 62% of kids ages 12 to 15 feel left out and have no company. As well, 60% of young people are unavailable to companionship. A majority of young people feel isolated at some points in their life, approximately 58%. I have been saying the word lonely throughout my speech for some time now, so I'm going to tell you what it means. Lonely means someone who is unhappy because they have no companionship. If you see someone with no companionship, reach out, grab the last chip in the packet. You can do this by asking people if they are okay, asking them to sit with you and your friends, as well as just being there for them. It does not matter if they are a crumbled chip, a chip cracked in half, or a chip in a different size to another. A self-experience I have was when I have been picked last in a sport. It is not a good feeling, but one kid came up to me and said, "Are you okay?" That is such an easy thing to do, so why can't we be this kind in life? It is unacceptable if we see someone that is clearly sad and we do nothing about it. A quote from Mary MacKillop: "Never see a need without doing something about it." Being kind is so great. It makes you feel good, and if you help them, it will make your day. I could go on and on, but I'm not, because I'm gonna go eat a packet of chips, and best believe I'm gonna eat that last chip.
Have you ever wondered what's the most mythical, yet technologically advanced, robo-like, out-of-this-world invention of the 21st century is? Sounds impressive, right? Knowledgeable beyond measure, multiple high-resolution camera-like lenses of a 360 vision with a field of surveillance greater than any other innovative technology, and a zoom level that can determine the smallest nanoparticles, fueled purely by the finest, cultivated, genius species known as coffee that requires a strict and meticulous process to get the premium standard fit for use. Are you ready to hear what it is? The names of these amazing robots are sometimes referred to as a teacher, or mentor perhaps. Teachers play a significant part in our lives, and believe it or not, people actually think they're human. Can you believe that? Throughout my 12-year life journey, I learned 3 things about these teachers. 1, they run and drink hot coffee, a drink us humans enjoy. 2, they actually get paid to be a teacher, but apparently not enough. And 3, you not want to catch them on the grumpy days, because you will not be getting a chirpy "Good morning." For those who don't know, coffee is a caffeine-filled drink that some people adore. Coffee is what teachers live on. They survive on this stuff. It's what keeps them sane. If they don't have any fuel, they will shut down. If your teacher doesn't have any coffee, I wish you good luck, because you will not make it through the day. Okay, I might be over-exaggerating just a little, but these fearless teachers will not be in a good mood at all. That is, until they get their paychecks. Can we talk about the fact teachers get paid to teach little monsters how to be big grown-up angels? Well, for the most part. At least they try to, but sometimes that doesn't really work out the way they initially anticipated. Not pointing any fingers, of course. Despite that, one thing I know for certain is that teachers will always show that they are good at teaching. I mean, it's in the name, but sometimes it's only when the big boss comes in. Teachers are mostly okay with their little monsters, class, having an off day. They can't always keep a smile on their face. Let's be honest, everyone has a bad side, but teachers' bad side is far from calm. It's like waking up from a dream where you're falling to your end, waiting to hit the ground, and you don't wake up. Yet, it could use some work. The teachers that have been assigned to teach me are nice, majority of the time. You might be thinking, teachers aren't that bad. Well then imagine this. It's the end of the school day, and everything was perfect. No irritated teacher, and I've forgotten that homework was even a thing. You're about to leave until the teacher stops in midair as she saw the worst thing that's ever happened in the history of school crimes. She saw a glue stick without a lid. Can you believe it? We weren't allowed to leave until the bell rang. Well, as you can see, these amazing robots are very expressive. What I want you to get from this is that they're not bad. Not at all. They're the most patient and understanding beings to ever exist. Yeah, they can get a bit exasperated, but we all do. Teachers are just like us, and just because they're robots doesn't mean they don't have emotion. Primary teachers have one feature I really like about them: the personalization technology in their system. That means learn about all of us to change the way they teach to make sure we're safe, truly heard, happy, and reaching our fullest potential. I admire that. My teacher will always have a place in my heart. They'll help me become the person I am today, and trust me, I'm a good person. I urge you to tell your teacher you're grateful. Say thank you for all they do. They're a special kind of robot, second to none, providing us with the brightest of the brightest future by teaching us the lesson of the curriculum and the lesson of life.
One, two, three, smile! We stood before breathtaking scenery, priceless art, and ancient ruins. The Alps, the Mona Lisa, the Colosseum, and we were facing the wrong way. My usually smart, sensible family had literally turned their backs on these stunning sights. Why? To take a selfie. We were on the holiday of a lifetime, and we were awestruck. Yet, we complained about time and hatched plans to return in the future. Then, our gaze fell to screens, posting pictures and mapping the next stop. Guys, I protested. We are here now. Turn around. Look up. Be present. Did you know we spend half our time reflecting on the past, imagining the future, distracted from life or finding its faults, or in the pursuit of happiness? Yet, psychologists say happiness can only be achieved by living in the present moment. Roman poet Horace commanded Carpe Diem, seize the day, in 23 BC, back when gladiators were fighting in the Colosseum. He knew, and science has since proven, that living in the moment protects us from past and future obsession, keeps us focused, and facilitates gratitude. Remembering kindy, we wanted to be big year sixes. We wish our life away, believing happiness lies in the future, or sometimes even the past. But guess what? Happiness is a state of mind that can only be achieved by living in the present moment. Research shows obsessing about the past or future leads to depression and anxiety. Only when we accept our life for how it is now can we truly be happy. Technology brings benefits, but being bombarded with endless, instant, and addictive distractions compromises our attention. Social media drives FOMO, the fear of missing out, with pressure to post rather than live in the moment. It is Instagram, not latergram. Living in the moment allows us to unhook from these distractions, anchoring us in the present moment. Are we there yet? The question torturing parents for generations illustrates our urgent need to get where we're going. So fixed on the fictional finish line, we miss the best part, the journey. Living in the moment invites us to embrace a traveler's mindset every day, inhaling smells, savoring flavors, absorbing sounds, textures, and sights with curiosity and gratitude. This brings JOMO, the joy of missing out, exchanging the race for the ride. As Captain Jack Sparrow and many before him have so wisely said. Life is a journey, not a destination. In summary, living in the moment anchors us in the present, unhooks us from distractions, and invites us to embrace life's journey with wide eyes and all 5 senses, capturing more than is possible, and with a wide-angle lens or 2-dimensional selfie so crowded it obscures the view. Don't get me wrong, photos are fantastic. We'll cherish those selfies forever, as long as they enhance, rather than become the memory. So I guess you could say, Limo, living in the moment, cures FOMO and creates JOMO. There are 20,000 moments in a day. Let's savor this one. Please, I implore you, don't just do something. Sit there.
First of all, boys and girls, a wonderful job today. And to everyone in the audience, thank you for supporting these children up here today. To the teachers and parents and the boys and girls who've all been part of the competition. At the semi-finals, I spoke about the hard job that the judges have. And today, every single one of you raised up. Every single one of you improved your speech in some way, the way you delivered it, the timing, the clarity of your voice, the speed in which you presented. So congratulations to you, because, you know, when you're at the semi-finals, you think, oh, they couldn't possibly get better, but you all did. So can we give them a round of applause for that? When Mrs. Platts announces the winner, I want you to remember that we've looked at the delivery, the complexity of the speech and the language that you've used, the uniqueness, as well as your delivery. Nada, your inspiring speech gave me goosebumps today, and I loved the way you said that we are raised to have wings, and that our only competition is us. And I'm going to take that beautiful image with me today, and I'm sure the children will take that message with them as well. To Luke, your thought-provoking speech on the journey of electricity, but also the challenge for us to think about our future as well. So thank you for that. To Anna, I loved how you spoke about the individual strengths and that our differences can change the world. What a powerful message. So you really made us think about how diversity is so important, and they're your words. To Christian, you reminded us again that in life we're all chips in the packet and that there's always more room for us. So we all need to make sure we open our hearts to include everybody. Well done, Christian. To Tyann, your humour entertained us with lots of funny, quirky little sayings about us robots. And I particularly loved how you said that teachers give us a lesson of the curriculum, but also a lesson of life. And I think all the teachers that I had a long time ago, and all the children I've taught, I've tried to do that with them too. To Monty, that beautiful message of living in the moment, and that to be present, to be happy is so important. And we all loved your JOMO, LIMO and FOMO, but I think I'm actually, because my name's Jo, so I'm going to take your JOMO and remember the joy in the moment. So thank you, Monty. I'll hand over now. We'll give you, Mrs. Howe will give you each a medal for participating in the grand final today. So to Tyann, and then to Luke, and Nada, and Christian, to Anna and Monty. One more round of applause. Thank you.
Well, it is my pleasure today to hand out the Social Justice Award. This award recognises a student that really uses their speech to speak out about a social issue in our world, in our lives, that we can make a difference for others. And the winner, please join me in congratulating the winner of the Social Justice Award today, Kristen Ostojic.
Thank you. I have the job of announcing the runner-up and winner for today, but I'd just like to say, boys and girls, you all did a magnificent job and you are all winners today. All right, so it was very difficult, as you can imagine, a lot of going back and forths, but our runner-up for today is Luke Malone from St Thomas Aquinas. And our winner today from Our Lady of the Rosary is Anna Gaynor.